Well, they took my Medicaid. So I'm coming up here hoping I can get my surgery done.
I got a couple of amazing clips because so this is some right wing network. I don't know. There's like 1,000 of them, but they were at a Trump rally speaking to a couple of Trump voters here, and this is actually kind of depressing. But it's amazing just how unaware these people are to what Trump is actually about, what the Republican Party is actually about, and how they are just an opposite in terms of what these people actually need. This interview here is it's incredible.
Okay.
But what is Trump under his policies? How did it benefit your life? Are you work? Are you retired? I mean,
No, I'm disabled. I have a broken plate in my back. And it really bummed me because during COVID, I was supposed to get my third surgery and have it fixed. And when the doctor, a very big specialist, went to fix it, he said, "Where's your Medicaid?" I said, "What do you mean, where's my Medicaid?" Well, they took my Medicaid. So I'm coming up here hoping I can get my surgery done.
well, it's interesting, right?
Okay.
But
Look how he just he moves on because he has no way.
That guy, dude. I hate
That's
that
Marjorie's
fucking guy.
boyfriend, by the way.
So
That's right.
Is it? That's her
What?
boyfriend?
That's literally her boyfriend.
What
Yeah.
a fucking
What?
dickhead, dude.
Whose
Yeah.
Wait,
boyfriend?
the one,
Marjorie.
They did an
Marjorie
on-air
Taylor.
interview.
the
They
one
did
she
an on-air
cheated on
interview
with?
once.
Zangief?
I
Guys
don't
in the
think
Zangief
she
Zangief
cheated.
cosplay from Street
The
Fighter
guy
2?
after
That
that
guy?
guy.
Did you call him a Zangief?
Okay.
He's not that good of a grappler.
How are you guys getting this information? This is hilarious. I told
Well,
you.
because
No, I'm not making this up.
I
This
had
is
to
true.
hypocrisy
Marjorie
burn her
Taylor
because
Greene.
that guy did a local news report where he was in drag. And Marjorie Greene's whole thing is drag queens are grooming
yeah.
kids. So it's like,
That's-
oh, I'm on this like stink on shit. So I remember that's her boyfriend.
Like,
But
what?
this is
On
like-
what?
What a piece of shit.
Like
I
stink
think
on
it-
shit.
Oh,
It's-
okay. I didn't hear what you
it's-
said.
I don't want to be redundant, but it's just like it's a very good example of just like again, like it's the culture war, right? You have
Mhm.
that lady is going to that rally because she just even earlier in this we were talking about lack of control and lack of feeling like you have control of your own life, leading people into these rabbit holes, right? So this lady is going to this rally because she needs control, because she has a disability, right? That's a sincere issue. She was denied getting what she needed to from her Medicaid. Like there's so many realistic issues that can be solved, and she's going to be given a bunch of other issues tied to hers, right? And just talk to in a certain manner to rile her up and get her hyped and out the door so that she can support a candidate who's not going to give a fuck about her.
Yeah.
And this entire thing is like, look, we last time I was on here, you guys talked about how the Republican Party does not really have a platform. I still don't think they do. They have a platform, but it's whatever they can get to get their jobs back, right? And I just get increasingly worried when we have things like the Hassan Minaj versus Russell Brand thing, right? When we have things where people immediately divide lines on Twitter to talk about what kind of America they want, and it's about whether it's between, like, you know, whether you should have pronouns or not, or whether you should be able to jerk somebody off in a movie theater or not, or whether, you know, everybody's reading the Bible. Like, none of it is about this lady and her disability. None of it is about workers' wages. None of it is about the auto industry striking, right? It's about how it makes you how it makes you feel. You know, like not in the way that like it actually makes you feel, how it makes you feel towards their conversion rate on a vote. And it's just it's this fucking guy with his fucking supercuts haircut going up to these people and fucking trying to just
And
like
getting
just being like, I don't know.
Like,
I got one more here.
like an evangelical
Testimonials.
pastor. This is what the vibes
Yeah.
are giving right now.
Right.
All
Oh.
people are coming up and saying their issues.
Rebecca spitting.
And
Rebecca spitting.
all these people are coming up and saying their issues, and here they go, like, tell us what's wrong with you, and then like, get the hell out of here. Okay, after like, we can't heal you, we won't heal you, we won't help
Yeah.
you. We'll take your coin, we'll take everything that you're talking about right now. We'll hear out the issue, but we're not going to help you out. Just continue to support us, and these people will continue to do so. He literally, she said what her issue was, and you can tell it was just going to be nothing from after. He didn't care. He didn't care. There was no resolution going to be listed. There was nothing, and if so, it would be a lie. A lot of these people are coming with They believe red. They believe in conservative. They believe in Republicans, and they will rock with them no matter what. Toothless, all the way living in West Bubba of nowhere.
Yeah.
No teeth in the front, no teeth in the back, no insurance, nothing. But they will ride for this. No health insurance,
I just
nothing.
had to purchase a new car because a deer totaled my other one, and it just everything. The cost of everything is way too high.
And insurance, medical insurance as well. Medicaid.
Well, fortunately, I'm on Medicare, so that helps
Socialist.
out a lot right there.
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
a veteran, so I've got my VA benefits. So
Like this guy
This
has
motherfucker. Do you think
He has
this guy tucks
government-funded
in a
healthcare.
t-shirt when he wears it? Like the guy. Like
these people like it's maddening to see people like
Yeah.
actively supporting against their own interests, and he's
They've been
clueless. He's
brainwashed.
clueless. He's absolutely clueless.
They've
Like
been brainwashed.
there are definitely people that prioritize their racism, their homophobia over actual material conditions. But then there are people like maybe this guy who doesn't even realize that he's voting against his own interests, that he has things like he has medical care because of a government funded program that is not supported by the Republican Party.
Fortunately,
Like,
I
it's
got
just-
Medicaid. You don't even
It's
know why
amazing.
you got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about here? These
Mhm.
people don't give a damn about you. They don't care. And it's so sad because they're being taken. He's getting all of these testimonials so they can put them together and put them on TV or make these a viral moment and say that they listen to the people, but they did nothing. They're taking advantage of these
right.
people. And that is so tough to see. Like, I can't stand them, but it's so sad to see. These people need help. They need help.
Yeah, the amount of
Yeah.
people that I see, just like my old Walmart coworkers and Subway coworkers on Facebook, bitch about taxes. When it's like you work for a large multinational corporation, still, like they still work there, and they are exploiting you 500 times more than the fucking IRS is, and you're bitching
Yeah.
about taxes. Like it's just they've been completely brainwashed into this capitalist cult to think that
Mhm.
it's good because like government bad, but corporations good. As long as it's not the
That's-
government, it's
Because
fine.
all of
Yeah.
the emotional context that's provided to you is short-term emotional context, right? And the
Right.
long term of being of contributing taxes from a paycheck, right? You'll get a return for some of what you've done. You'll get services, right? But because there's friction there, and because it's not an immediate feeling of like, oh, I'm losing, like this is gonna go to something, right? You immediately have like an adverse feeling, like all of the playbook is built on how it initially makes you feel before you understand anything, right?
Mhm.
Like how you initially feel about having to change up your pronouns. You feel, oh, this is something that is, I have to figure this out, right? And if you feel a little uneasy, they're like, hey, you see, you feel uneasy? That's fucked up, right? That you feel uneasy, and then all of a sudden they build you into all of these other things, right? Which is, it's not fucked up. It's changing one fucking part of a sentence, right? But it's the way they get you. It's
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
It's
the-
it's definitely a masterclass of like brainwashing when you think about the fact that like rather than ever criticize the fact that your boss where you spend 8 hours a day is making like 300 times your wage, it's trans women playing in sports. That's
Yeah.
what you got to worry about. That concerns you in your life, right? It's like I don't really watch women's sports and I don't have a trans child. I don't actually
Yeah.
participate in any of this. Doesn't concern me at all. But you're right. That's important. It's
Yeah,
important.
and
we do play-
Joe
I'm
Biden
angry
is a
about that.
tyrant, but your boss controls the way that you dress, what you can say,
Mhm.
when you
Mhm.
have to be
When you
there.
spend 8 hours a day every
And
day,
in
when
a
you shit,
second-
when you piss, it's
Yeah,
like-
they can snap your entire livelihood away from you like
take your
that.
Medicare away. Yep. Take
Yeah.
your
also
healthcare away.
people seem
Yeah.
to conflate, like when they talk about freedom, like I get like really like I grind my gears a lot as a rapper, just like when people talk about freedom of speech, because I think people conflate. Everybody thinks they're an armchair lawyer, and people conflate like
Mhm.
federal law with like workplace law.
Mm.
So if you go up to somebody in your workplace and you're like, you're a piece of shit, and you get fired, you're like, what happened to freedom of speech in America? I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, you called somebody a piece of shit at a workplace. I'm not gonna like I know people who are like I've had friends who or former friends who they will say something. I'm like, bro, don't say that. It's like, what happened to free? It's a free country. I'm like, yeah, but it's my house, dude. Get the fuck out. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
It's
like,
and you're
like,
also free to judge them. You can be like, that's
Yeah.
cringe. Don't
about your
drop
freedom?
all these slurs. It's cringe.
But-
come on.
Yeah.
we want to, like, the thing is too is like if it was specifically people purporting up the problem, and it is to an extent purporting up capitalism, these people will actively go against their own capitalistic ideals for their grift, right? You know, like, because hey, we want a free market, but it's our free market, right? When the free market goes against us, it's not what we want, right? You know, like that is I think the biggest like kind of tell of all of this. You know, I also I did want to kind of bring it back and ask, like, I just feel like a lot of this is the Twitter noise sphere kind of influencing people, because when people are in their own bubbles, they tend to think that, oh, okay, I'm on the right path, I'm an expert, I'm intelligent, I know all of this. And the culture around that app has built these people who feel like they got to quote, retweet, and dunk on everybody, right? They have to watch these like things that are high on impressions but low on content and low on engagement value, right? We have the entire news industry existing on this one platform that amplifies news that is going to the least amount of people, because Twitter has 500 million users versus Instagram's 1 billion, right? 1.5 billion, right? And TikTok's 1 billion, right? Two apps that are gargantuanly larger, right, than Twitter's user base, but that is the one that makes news.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a metastatization of
That's
all
a hard
of
word to
that.
say.